Overwhelmed? This practice will change everything. Welcome back. Last week I shared tip number 1 for moving through overwhelm, and that was focus on just 1 to 3 meaningful steps each day instead of trying to solve the whole picture at once. Today we're going to talk about tip 2, which is staying within your capacity. Now, if you're like most people that I work with, overwhelm isn't a surprise that sneaks up on you, right? It's a constant companion. You're used to pushing through, adding more to your plate, doing whatever it takes to keep up. But here's the truth. Most people end up in chronic overwhelm because they've pushed too hard for too long. Your capacity is just like a bank account. When you keep spending beyond what you have, you go into capacity debt. And what are the symptoms? It looks like brain fog, mood swings, anxiety, irritability, shutdown, constant exhaustion, that stuck feeling where everything feels impossible. But it makes sense, right? When your life feels like too much, the logical response is to try harder, try to get ahead, right? But it always backfires, doesn't it? Because going past your capacity is a guaranteed ticket to burnout and days where nothing gets done. In my 90-day course to break free from survival mode, we devote an entire module, 2 modules actually, to this one life-changing concept, living within capacity. And here's a simple practice that you can start to play with a little bit on your own. Check in today with your capacity at least 3 times. Each time, ask yourself, how much capacity do I have right now? You won't get it perfect at first. You're just guessing in the beginning, right? But use a scale of 1 to 10. How much capacity do I have? And then ask, what is truly essential for this next section of the day? Not what I wish I could do, but what's truly necessary and doable. And then make your choices based on the capacity that you actually have, not the imaginary capacity you wish you had, right? At first, it may feel like you're doing a lot less, but within a week or 2, most people tell me I'm actually getting more done by doing less because I'm not crashing anymore. Anne's story is the perfect example. When we first started working together, she'd send me her daily to-do lists that were literally a mile long. Organize the basement was somehow on there almost every day. And even though I gently encouraged her to cut back, she didn't feel like she could. And we'll talk next week about some of those internal pressures that keep us stuck in overdrive. But she kept going into shutdown, feeling like a failure, assuming she was the problem. But she wasn't. Her list was. You can't win a battle against your nervous system. You have the capacity you have. You have the bank account that you have. And when you start honoring it and learning how to make deposits into it instead of just withdrawals, something amazing happens. You start moving out of survival mode and into thriving. So try this check-in practice this week. Be curious, be kind, and most of all, be honest with yourself about what's truly possible in any given moment. You are not the problem. The way you've been taught to live is. And there is another way. Next week, we're going to dive into tip number 3. That's one that will really help you finally start rewriting those internal rules that keep you stuck. In the meantime, make sure that you have joined the You're Not the Problem Facebook community. And in there, we'll have real conversations about how to live differently. You don't have to figure this out alone. I'll see you soon.